Hello, I just want to introduce to you Big Buttons. Now, Big Buttons is an iPhone app, and the premise around it is that you see all these big buttons, these marvelous buttons, and what happens is when you press them, it does something on your Mac. So, to give you an example, let's say I'm watching a YouTube video, Lemmy's Whack Bam Boogie. I can click this button to pause it and to play it. Or maybe it's a bit too loud, I can turn the volume down. Or mute it. Pause them. Well, let's say I want to listen to some music, put on some Spotify. Or I want to listen to the next track, please. Go to the next track. Oh wait, there's a great song on iTunes I want to listen to, so I can listen to it on iTunes. And yeah, so this is great. You can see it as a remote control or a way of using your machine. Oh, my wife's calling, so I've got a Skype answer button. Hello, Millie. It's not quite a good time just yet.
Oh, okay.
And look, I've got a mute button here as well, and that seems to work really well. Okay, well, thanks for calling. Bye. Great. So big buttons. This looks great. We've got all these buttons, but the wonderful thing about big buttons is that it's really easy to make buttons yourself. Oh, look, let's get rid of that little guy. So the Big Buttons server, I can click Preferences, and it shows me a list of the available buttons. And I can move them around, and it changes like where it is on the screen. But if I click this Open Buttons folder, then it shows me whereabouts on the computer these buttons are kept. And you can add to this list by adding your own folders. So to give you an example of one, let's look at iTunes. And in order to make your own button, you need a folder. You need this JSON file which has the title, an icon called icon.png, and that will show on the button, and an applescript. Big Buttons works with applescript. So what happens is when you click the button, the server calls this applescript file and it just works. And you can see that applescript is very basic. Here's one to play, pause iTunes, and all I need to do is just this play, pause, and it just works. And you can find applescript resources all throughout the internet. So the wonderful thing is this means that if there's a button that you think is sorely missing, you can make it yourself, or maybe someone else on the internet made it and you can download it and use it yourself. And also what's great is that Big Buttons works with things like video games. So here I have this SCV button, and what that does is that collects all the SCVs in StarCraft. Now in StarCraft you have to hit F1 to make that happen. I can even remember the button, and so I could see where you could have like a whole page of buttons for different games, each corresponding to a keystroke. It's very easy to do that. Okay, so Big Buttons is almost finished. Now I made these icons myself and I did all the user interface myself, and as you can tell I'm more of a developer than a designer. So I'm looking for a designer to help me finish this up and to make it look beautiful. I've got a modest budget. It's not earth-shattering, but I don't expect you to work for free. So if you're interested in helping me work on Big Buttons, email me at thechrisoshow@gmail.com. Or if you want to join the beta, then you can email me there as well. Thanks for listening.